Hello and welcome back. This is episode number 6, I believe. We are standing here in our newly built storage pyramid. Pretty. I actually had to make a second section here because, well, it wasn't big enough. I thought this was going to be enough, but it turns out I was really wrong. So one of the things we're going to be working on today is what's behind me. Chests of ores. Mouse. Look, look, look. That's a lot of ore. So we're going to build a super smelter. So, got to figure out where we're going to put it, and I think the answer to that is going to be right here. Gonna go that way. I think. Yes, gonna go that way. And the reason it's gonna go that way is because for some odd reason, when you are placing powered rails, if you place them north to south, you're gonna have issues placing them. Especially like once you get towards the end, you're just gonna have all kinds of issues. So the best thing to do is just place them east to west or west to east. It doesn't really matter which way, but as long as they're east to west oriented, you'll be okay. Alright, so the first step we need to do is we need to get the materials, which, yay, I've already done. The second step is we need to flatten the area out, because it would make a build a heck of a lot easier that way. So I got a bunch of sand here, and it's probably not going to be enough. Alright, so we're back. We got everything leveled out here, and I started throwing everything up. I decided to lower it down a block because it just makes a little bit more sense because it lines up with this. So, it would have just looked weird to have it up one block, so I just, whatever, lowered it down. It's gonna look great. So, I already realized I made a mistake. So, typical fashion. Alright. So, this episode is gonna be a little bit different from my normal episode. And the reason is because I'm gonna do a heck of a lot of talking in this episode. I feel I owe you guys an explanation for something. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be very hard for me to talk about. Here's the situation. If you've been a part of my channel for, however long, back in the early days of my channel, I used to upload frequently, like, sometimes 7, 8, 9, 10 videos a day. There was a reason for that. And the main reason is because I was playing a different video game, WWE, which is what I was playing when I first started my channel, it doesn't require a lot of, post editing. There isn't a lot of cuts, there's not a lot of effects. It's just really easy. Am I already? It's like I said, it's just a lot easier. The main reason, and this isn't so much the game's fault or anything like that. This is me. And like I said, this is gonna be hard for me to admit. And I'll get into why later. But one of the main reasons that I don't upload videos like I want to is because I am severely depressed. And you might not hear it, like if you catch me streaming, you'd never know. And that's because I put up a really good front. And the reason is because I don't have a. So the reason I hate asking for help. Like, I feel that asking for help means I'm failing at something, and it drives me nuts. I've been depressed for a long time. A very long time. and nobody knows. I hide it from everybody. There are a select few people that I really trust that I have divulged this information to, and I feel you guys deserve an explanation. Right out of high school, like literally right out of high school. Actually, it happened in high school. When I was 17, a couple months before I graduated, I enlisted in the military. I joined the Air Force. I graduated in June. By August, I was in Texas and bleh. I was at boot camp. It didn't take long at all. It's what I wanted. I've always wanted to. Not for the glory, not for the perks or the whatever. I did it to help people. I wanted to fight for my country. There are people that can't. I wanted to help defend what I loved so much. I wanted to protect my family. And I got through basic. I graduated. But a couple days before I graduated, I had this horrific pain in my side. Well, it it knocked me out. Like it knocked me on my ass. I couldn't eat. I couldn't, sleep. I couldn't drink. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I couldn't stand, sit, lay down. You know, nothing. I couldn't literally do nothing. And it wasn't like oh, here's a little scratch. No, it was constant, excruciating pain. Like it literally felt like somebody grabbed my kidneys and squeezed and just would not let go. And it was brutal. So I went on, I went to the base medical docs and they couldn't figure out what it was. So they said, all right, we'll come back, we'll run more tests and we'll figure out what's going on. Okay. Well, the pain had passed. And, it was a couple days later, they called me back in. They ran more tests and everything like that. And it was, I'd say it was about 3 days later when they called me. They said, hey, your test results are in. Why don't you come on in and we'll talk about it? Okay, cool. So I get to the base. I get to the hospital on base. And the nurse that I was talking to, I'll never forget her name. Her name was Major Lee. And nice woman. Very nice woman. She called me back to her office and she sat me down. And I get in there and I can see the look on her face. And I just looked at her. I said, "It's not good, is it?" She said, "No." So they figured out what was wrong with me. Turns out that it's nothing major. Like I feel if you might be panicking right now. Like it's not cancer. It's nothing major. I still have both of my kidneys. But anyway, so turns out what it was it was a buildup of calcium that had somehow made it into my body cavity and attached itself to my kidney. So the pain that I was feeling was when the calcium deposit would either move or expand, in which case it would move my kidney. So that was that excruciating pain that I was feeling. So I asked her, I was like, okay, well, what do I need to do? And she looked at me and I could tell that I was not going to like the answer. And I didn't. He told me that the only way they could fix it was with surgery. And I would lose my kidney. Which, I mean, there are people out there living with one kidney. That's not the issue. The issue was I was no longer deemed fit for active military service. So, yeah. So, my dream to defend my country, to fight for my family's freedom, was just crushed. Right then and there, I was basically told that I am not fit enough to defend my country. And it broke me. Like, broke me. I was in shock. Like, I was in awe. Like, how does this even happen? It was the only thing that I wanted to do. I didn't take the SATs because the military didn't require it. That's what I was doing. Like, why would I need to take the SATs, So I broke. And what happened was, I don't know if you're familiar with the military or not. Some of you might have been in, some of you might not have. But in the Air Force, they have a holdover squadron where, anybody having any kind of medical issues, that's where they get sent. It's called the 319th. So I was sent to the 319th. Well, it took them, let's see, I was told I couldn't serve in, I believe it was September. I was finally sent home in December. It took them that long process my discharge. The whole time I'm in this medical unit of, people that, they broke their legs or, stuff like that where, you can't really, oh, I didn't want to do that. But yeah, so I'm in this unit with a bunch of people that, they're just temporarily out of commission. There were a couple lunatics in there, but that's none of my business. So for 2 months, I'm sitting there wondering what I did wrong and why I'm not able to do what I want to do. Like why is this being taken from me? And that made me fall into a deep depressed state. And I have been in that state since December 27th, 2005. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, I don't know what you're thinking. But I have had people, come up to me and say, "Hey, why don't you blah blah blah, and why don't you blah blah blah?" And it's not that easy because the way I see it, I'm a failure. Like I couldn't even, I couldn't. Sorry, I said this is gonna be hard for me to talk about. That's all I wanted to do. Ever since I was 16, I wanted to serve my entire family has served. I feel like I'm letting everybody down by not being able to do this. And, I have an extremely loving family. I do. I'm very lucky with that. And, they don't hold it against me. They really don't. But, at the same time, how, like I couldn't, what do I do? That's what was going through my mind. Like, how do I get past this? And, you know, for the longest time, I couldn't. And even now, there is a huge gaping hole inside of me. And it's consumed me. It really has. Like, this whole, inadequacy thing, this, feeling of, being a failure. It's really done a number to me. It really has. And, that is one of the reasons why I have a hard time streaming, or not streaming, but recording videos, because you know, I just, I don't have the energy or the drive to do it. And it's not because I don't love doing it. I do. I love, you know, being a content creator. I'm not a popular one, but I don't really care. I'm not doing this to, become famous. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'd be great if it worked out that way. But, you know, I just I love gaming, and I wanted to bring my love of gaming to you guys. But this situation that I'm in with, not being able to being depressed is hard because, a lot of people think that being depressed just means you're sad. And it's the truth. You are sad. But at the same time, depression just takes everything out of you. You don't want to do anything. And it's not like it's the reason is it's like not because, oh, I'm too sad. It's you don't have the energy. Simple things, doing laundry, doing the dishes. It's a chore, and you look at it and you're like, I don't really want to do this. It's hard. It's hard to cope with something like that. And, you know, there are days when I feel joy, like genuine joy. I'm not going to say that I'm never happy. I am happy. Generally, I'm happy. And I know what you're thinking. Like, how can you be happy and depressed at the same time? Let me tell you, it's very, very easy. And people are like, well, how is that possible? You're either sad or you're not. And instead, it's more than being sad. It's your life force just drained. You have no drive to do anything. It's not just this or that or, the other. You literally have no drive to do anything. That's the reason. That's why I have such a hard time, sticking to a schedule because, you know, parts of me just wonder, is it even worth it? Like, do people really enjoy watching my stuff? It's that depression kicking in, and just, you ever heard the phrase kicking a man while he's down? Depression. That's depression to a T. Depression doesn't care about anything. I'm talking about depression like it's a person. But yeah, I know I'm rambling, and I've probably lost most of the viewers by now. That's okay. The people who are still listening, I just wanted to thank you. You know, Generally, I am happy. It's like I said, it's one of those things. How can you be happy and sad at the same time? It's it's something. This thing, it's hard. Hard to deal with something like this. Especially like if you've never dealt with it before, you can't just be like, oh, well, just get happy. It's not that hard. No, it really is that hard. You've got something inside of you telling you, hey, you're no good. This isn't gonna matter. Why are you doing it? You're fighting yourself. They say you are your worst enemy, and it's the truth. It really is. It's I'm sitting here. I want to record videos. I really do. Like, and then I start making my plan, and then all of a sudden it just hits me. It's like, what's the point? Who's gonna watch it? And again, like, I didn't start doing this because I wanted to be this super popular, Mr. Beast or Bumbo, or the people that have millions and millions and millions of fans. Like I said, I started doing this because fun, you know. But like at the same time, how can I have fun with something that makes me feel less than desirable? It's like I said, it's 601, half a dozen. Not everything, not everything is black and white. I mean, that's the easiest way to put it. Not everything is black and white. You know, Depression hits everybody differently. You know, my depression isn't the same as somebody else's depression, and you know, my depression, like, it just wants to. I just want to be alone. Like, I don't want to bother anybody with my problems. That's how I feel. I constantly feel like I'm a burden to people. That's why I keep everything to myself. Like, I don't tell anybody anything, and it's not because I don't want to open up. Like, I'm a very open person. It's just I always feel like they're sitting there, they're listening to me, but they're like, I don't really care. Or the flip side to that is they do care, and I'm putting undue strain on somebody. You know, like like my mom, for instance. I'm sure I'm sure she knows. I mean, she's my mom. I'm sure she does know. I'm not gonna try to say she doesn't, but I haven't told her. I haven't come out and said, "Hey, this is how I feel." And the reason, it's not because I'm afraid of how she's gonna view me. She's my mother. She's always gonna love me. I don't doubt that. It's I don't want her to worry about me. She's got enough on her plate without worrying about what I'm gonna do or how I feel, you know? So in her eyes, I'm happy. And that's how I want it to appear, you know. That's why I put up a front. And it's not because like I don't want people to know the true me. No, it's I don't want people thinking that I know what I'm trying to say, I just don't know how to say it. Like I don't know. I really don't know anymore, you know? This is this is definitely not something I thought I would ever be talking about. So what it all boils down to is what's keeping me from making videos is me. You know, I know that sounds ridiculous, and believe me, it is. It's ridiculous, but what's keeping me from, you know, making my videos is me. Like I don't know how else to explain it, but I am my own worst enemy. And you know, I've had people ask me, "Why don't you go get help?" I'm afraid. Like I'm not afraid of what people will think of me, you know. I don't care what people think of me, you know, because if I'm getting healthier, then that's what I'm gonna do. If that's what I have to do to get healthy, that's, you know, that's fine by me. What I'm worried about is what I'll find out about myself. You know, I'll find out like this and that and the other, and I don't know. I'm not ready to take something like that, you know. I'm not ready for that kind of emotional blow, I guess you could call it. Like I know I need help. I do. But at the same time, I don't I just don't want to take it. And again, it's the it's that whole feeling like a burden, you know. It's not something I can handle. It's really not. So I'm gonna continue to hide it. I will appear happy, and you know everything will be just peace. And you know I will be happy one day. You know I'm not. This isn't gonna be a permanent thing. You know there will be a time when I will be genuinely happy. I don't doubt that. Not one little bit. There will be a time when I'll look back on this and I'll be like, yeah, I got through that. I don't know, I will. Like, something will happen to where I will get through this. Like, I ran out of rails. Crap. Let me go make some more real quick. I really hope this will finish it because that's pretty much the last of the gold that I have smelted. Alright, so where was I? I have no idea where I was. I am rambling. I know I am. I haven't made sense of anything, and it's driving me nuts. Like I'm not gonna lie. So I guess you know what? I probably yeah, that's what I will do. We're gonna run there. I'm trying to keep my thoughts in a straight line so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. and it's not happening. Really not. Like, I'm probably making no sense, and I understand that. It's like I said. I mean, I'm having a hard time with this. I'm having a really hard time with this, and I don't want you guys to think that, you know, to think anything bad. You know, like, I will get through this. I know I will. I don't know when. I'm not going to pretend to know when and be like, oh, give me a couple weeks and I'll be fine. No, I mean, I've been like this for years. And like I said, know, you come watch me on Twitch and everything like that. You never know. I appear to be a very happy person because I believe part of me is happy. Like, I believe part of me is really happy, but there's just also part of me that is very, very not happy. That doesn't make sense. Very not happy. There is a part of me that is broken. And right now, I don't see any repairs in the future. So it's one of those things that I have to play by ear for now. One day things will change. And, it's not like the situation the world is in right now sucks. But like I said, that's not what's bringing this up with me, It's exacerbating it because I don't have access to my family right now because they live about an hour away. And, I live in Birmingham, and Birmingham is on lockdown. I can go to work and I can go to the grocery store, and that's it. I can't go see my mom. And, you know, my mom's hugs just fix everything. And like I'm in desperate need for a mom hug right now. Um, but again, we are on lockdown, and I can't go out. So I'm stuck here with me and my thoughts of inadequacies. And like I sit here and I just wonder, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Am I doing it right? What could I be doing differently? And it's one of those things that, like I said, it takes a toll. It's taken a toll on me. And do we go with I think we should go with the pyramid style again. What do you think? Yeah, let's do it. See what it looks like. Start right there. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Forgot where I was. Oh yeah. Deep down inside, like, I know these things have a way of working themselves out, and I'm not very religious. I do believe in God. I am Catholic, but again, I feel like I'm failing him. Like, and I know these religious people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're not," and like the logical part of my brain is telling me that I'm not, but the emotional part of my brain is messed up beyond control, and that's not gonna work. Do with this, and like I said, it's it's taken some getting used to. Like, I'm not sure, some mornings I wake up and it's like, why do I even bother? You know, but like, I'll clear the air with something real quick. I would never, ever contemplate, just ending it. That is not the answer, ever. I read something a while ago about that whole situation, and it hit it dead on. It started out by saying that it is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And then it went on to say that it doesn't eliminate the pain. It just transfers it from you to someone else. And that's the truth, because if you think about it, if you go that route, then, what are you leaving behind? All these feelings that you have about, what you're doing wrong and everything like that. It's just, now your loved ones feel that way. They're like, they sit there and think, oh, what did I do wrong? What could I have done better? So, you know, that is, that's not the answer. And, there is someone out there that loves and cares for you. I am lucky. I have a very, very loving family that is always there for me. They support me any way they can. And I think, that's one of the reasons why I've managed to deal with this, because, know, I'll go down to my mom's house for, dinner or, whatever, and I forget my problems for a while. They come back to me, but, in that time, nothing matters. And that's what leads me to believe that I will get through this. There is a positive to this, and, I'm not trying to sound like Debbie Downer here or anything like that. I mean, I am. But, I want to let you guys know that I am going to get through this. I will, come out of this, and I will be a better person for having endured this. I mean, it's a character builder, because it really is. You don't know who you are until, you've faced your demons. That's what these are. These are my demons coming up, keeping me down, But I'm not going to let them win. I am determined to figure out what I need to do to conquer these demons. Like, I'm going to figure it out, and I will be better. That is my promise to you, is this is not going to get the best of me. I promise you that. Who's ever watching this video, I promise you that I will be a better person after this. This is not going to defeat me. That's the best way to put it. I am not going to let what's happening to me be my downfall. Yes, I am depressed. I am sad. But I am still me. So, yeah. And we're pretty much just about done here. And, I don't know if you guys made any sense of what I've said. Like, I've there's been this hole inside of me that I don't know how to fill. I feel empty. And like I said, the only thing I ever wanted to do was serve my country, was protect the people that I love. Yes, that's all I ever wanted to do. Like I said, I didn't take the SATs because, the Air Force didn't need me. And I knew I was going into the Air Force, because I've always loved technology, as long as I can remember. I've always been, that's always been my thing. I've always been into tinkering and all that stuff. And, I figured the best way to expand my knowledge was the Air Force. They were going to give me the best opportunity to play with all the latest gadgets and gizmos and toys. And oh man, I'll tell you what, man, my job, I went in as general mechanical because, I didn't want to wait. I wanted to get in. So, they had a couple of jobs pop up for about 2 weeks after I enlisted, to sign my paperwork. And about 2 weeks later, my recruiter called me. He's like, "Hey, we got some things. We got some pops. So you want to come on up here? We'll take a look at them." So I drove up. It was like an hour and a half drive to the nearest recruiting office. So I drove up, and oh man, sorry, I'm stretching. It's almost midnight. But I wanted to get this down and get it recorded while it was in my head. So anyway, I drove. Well, my mom drove me because I didn't have a car. So we went out to the recruiting office, talked to the recruiter and everything, and like for some reason, this one job popped up on me. The actual job was aerospace propulsionist, MOS 2A 2A631 or something like that. It's irrelevant, but the job itself was aerospace propulsionist. And I asked him, I said, "What is that?" He's like, "Oh, you'll be a jet engine mechanic." And I was like, "For what? Like the cargo jets and everything?" He's like, "No, that's more specifically the fighter jets." I was like, "Really?" And yeah, he was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "This is what I'm feeling." He's like, "I don't blame you." So signed the paperwork, and that's what I went in. My job was aerospace propulsionist. So we get in, and I swear to God, I made a bunch of levers. You guys saw me do it, right? But anyway, so I get into basic, and you don't find too much out about your job right away. I think I put them. I did. Why did I put them in there? Your first couple weeks is all training this, training that. But anyway, so I get in, and I don't want to power this side. Okay, perfect. Ooh, that's gonna be nope, right there. Okay, that works. So I get in, and I get, I think it's about your third week or something like that. They sit you down and they really go over the details. Where you'll be going, what you'll be working on. Blah 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 blah. So they sit me down and they ask me. They're like, "Do you have anywhere specific that you'd like to be stationed?" Or blah 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 blah. And I said no. They're like, "Well, you're aerospace propulsion, so you're limited to there's only a handful of bases that were actually working on specific aircraft that I was going to be going in for." And I asked him, I said, "Well, what are they?" And he named off a bunch of them, and the one he named off was the Air Force Base in Italy. I forget the name of it. You got to remember this is 15 years ago. But I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, and I asked the guy, I'm like, wait, I can go to Italy? And he's like, as long as they have an opening up when you're ready to go, yeah, you can go. I was like, okay, sign me up for Italy. So, long story short, I was going to be the jet engine mechanic for the FA-22 Raptors. How freaking awesome is that, right? I was stoked. And then, like I said, to have that gut punch to where they basically tell me, hey, you're unfit for duty. And I got a medical I got an honorable discharge with medical. I forget how they worded it, but it's an honorable discharge with, for medical reasons. And they deemed me unfit for military duty. Like I can't re-enlist at all, ever. So, I guess no Space Force, huh? So, ever since I got home, I've been a shell. I've just been this empty, hollow, shell of a man. I don't know. I don't know what to do. And that's not good. I don't know. I don't know how to. Like, I can't even explain this, guys. I really can't. Like, I just don't know. I mean, that's all I could say. I just don't know, and it hurts. Like, not only am I depressed, but I'm lost. So it's just all these things just compounded together. Just makes me wonder sometimes, like how my life would have been if I would have stayed. Because, I am a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. Like I said, I am religious. So, and my mom always tells me, she's like, everything happens for a reason. And, God doesn't give you, anything he doesn't think you can handle. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, man, like this dude must think really highly of me. Now, let me also clear the air here. Like, I'm not saying that my life sucks because it doesn't. Like, why don't freaking fence posts? I'm not saying my life sucks because it doesn't. I mean, yeah, there are things about it I wish I could change, but I mean, who doesn't have things they wish they could change in their lives? Nobody's life is perfect. You know, I mean, everybody has problems. They're just, different people have different levels of problems. Like, I'm sure me and Bill Gates don't have the same problems. I mean, he has problems just like I do, but his aren't like, where's my next meal coming from? His is, how can I run this company? So, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm the only one with an issue right now because I'm not. There are people all over the world having issues. So, like, oh my God, my train of thought has derailed so many times, guys. I don't even know how this happened. Bottom line is, pretty much at the end of bottom line is I feel empty and my drive hardly exists. You know, there are days where I will feel motivated to just do everything. And I will. Like, I'll do things. Housework, all that stuff. Like the other day, actually. I just had one of those days the other day. But for the most part, it's like more often than not, it's just, I just feel drained. You know, like you're tired, but you're not tired. I don't know if you guys have ever felt that way or not, but this is a different level of sad. Like I said, I think the best way I can describe it is, like I said, I'm broken, and it's a really horrible word to use, but I mean it is the truth. I am broken, and it's it's gonna be a tough road. Like, I'm not saying this is gonna be, it's gonna be hard, but I feel that in time, help, I think I'll get through this. I do have you guys. I might not have a big community, but damn, do you guys support me. On everything I do, you guys support me, and I couldn't ask for better friends. Like, I don't consider you guys fans. Like, I consider you guys friends. And you guys help me through, know whether you know it or not. I might be feeling I'll be down in the dumps one day, and then over on this, somebody says something. It makes me realize that, hey, maybe this is worth it. And then those are the days when I feel motivated to do things. Those are the days where I'm like, yeah, this is gonna work. I'm pretty much out of sand here, so um, I think I actually no. You know what? I think I have a bunch of sandstone in already. Oh, I do have a lot of sandstone. Okay, good. Okay, so in closing, I just want to say that I'm gonna get through this, but I wanted to give you guys an explanation as to why I may go sometimes weeks without a video. And sometimes there are stipulations that I have no control. But, there are also times when, like I said, I feel empty. And it's hard to, muster up the drive to want to spend, 3 days recording a video. And, and that reminds me, I actually have a episode 2 of Redstone with Rob. It's in the works, but it's requiring a ton of editing, and I can't listen to myself talk for that long. It's hard. It just drives me nuts. I hate the sound of my own voice. I really do. I mean, pretty sure most people do, but like, I can only take so much of myself. I don't know if even that makes sense or not, but it's hard to listen to yourself talk for hours on end. And when you're going back through an editing, you might have to listen to the same thing 2 or 3 times. So it's like, oh my god, I know, I said that already, you know. Like, this is gonna be, I think this is gonna be an awesome tutorial. Like, I'm actually really hyped about it. And I can't wait to actually get it out. So, I don't know, we'll see. I'll try to get it done soon. I mean, I'm not gonna promise anything, guys. I'm really not. Because the whole situation I'm in, it's something else. It really is. Let's see how these look. These might not look great. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, just the front half here. It'll work. Alright, so been rambling on for God knows how long. I probably lost, all of his viewers by now. But that's okay. If you are still here watching, apparently Mr. Zombie was watching. Hitting him with a lantern. No wonder why I was not hurting him. So, if you are still here, thank you for listening to me. I do feel a little bit better having talked about it, and like I said, I'll get through this. I know I will. I don't know when, but I will. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode. I know it's been a long episode, and it's been a very talky episode, but I hope you guys understand the issues that I'm having right now, and I'm hoping to have them resolved soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.